Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make these beautiful cards and also this card holder. And today is my blog hop for my Glitter Queens team. And what we're doing is we're using a brand new Sale-a-Bration item. Let me show you the catalog. So this is the Sale-a-Bration Mini, and for the Glitter Queens blog hop this month for January, we decided to take one item out of the Sale-a-Bration Mini and use it two different ways. So I used the Botanical Butterfly for my item to use from the Sale-a-Bration Mini, and this is on page 9 in this brochure right here. It's so beautiful. Let me show you that designer paper. So this is the designer paper, and one side of the 6 sheets are black and white. Let me show you here. Let me spread them all out. So you get black and white on one side and then the vibrant colors on the other side. Aren't they beautiful? So we're using the designer paper for the cards and then also the card box. Now this was my card sketch for this past Monday, card sketch number 61, but I'm going to change it up today. So instead of it going vertical, we're going to make it going horizontal. And then we're also going to put together this card box. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let me give you all the measurements of the pieces. Let's start with the card. We're going to start with the basic black. And this piece is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then a piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then a piece of the Balmy Blue cardstock, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And for the strips, you're going to cut a piece of basic black, and this is about 1 1/4 by 4 1/8, just to lay across the center of the card. And then a piece of the Sparkle Glimmer paper, and this is about 3/4 by 4. Yeah. And then for the banner part of the card, let me show you the card here. So this is the Botanical Butterfly designer paper, and I cut this at 1 3/4 by 5. Okay, so it's going to actually go like this, the card today. So you're going to see both designs are the exact same, but you're just turning it. So that's what I love about our card sketches. Okay, so then for the card box, let me show you what we're going to be using for that. Okay, so these are the acetate boxes for the cards, and you're going to get 10 in a pack. And what you're going to do is, this is like a hard acetate or a firm acetate, and you're just going to fold it all different ways because you want to kind of form your little card box. And like I said, you get 10 in a pack, and these boxes hold about 5 cards and 5 envelopes inside of them. So they're really, really nice, especially for a gift. Okay, so there's the box, and then you would do the top the same way, but we're going to decorate it. And then here's the stamp that I used. Let me show you the stamp set and the punch. So now here's the stamp set called Butterfly Gala, and this also has a coordinating punch, which is the Butterfly Duet Punch. You can purchase these in a bundle right now in the Occasions catalog. So this is the Occasions catalog. Let me show you that really quick before we get started. So here is the Occasions catalog. It just started January 3rd. I believe it's on page 35. Yep, right here. So this is the Butterfly Gala, and it has the coordinating punch right here. And then you can purchase it and save 10% in a bundle, and that price is right here with the item number. And then I'm also using the brand new Balmy Blue Stampin' Blends markers, and these are also in the Occasions catalog on page 36. You have the Balmy Blue and the Mossy Meadow. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I went ahead and stamped the greeting. The good things in life are better with you. And I stamped that on Whisper White, and then I layered it onto the smoky slate. And I went ahead and pre-cut out all the greetings for the card and then also the gift box. Okay, so this is the designer paper, and I want to kind of give you a little tip here. So when you're coloring your butterflies, because you're going to get a 12 by 12 piece of designer paper with all these butterflies. And these are the Stampin' Blends that I used. And the reason I picked these colors are because of the organdy ribbon that is also free in the Sale-a-Bration Mini. And you have the Grapefruit Grove, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, the Highland Heather, and then the Balmy Blue. So I picked the colors that are closest to those in the ribbon, and I used the Granny Apple Green for the Lemon Lime Twist, the Highland Heather for the Highland Heather, Daffodil Delight for the Daffodil Delight. So then for the color of the Grapefruit Grove ribbon, I used the Calypso Coral. And then, of course, the Balmy Blue is the one we're going to use today. So what I did is I went ahead and cut out a butterfly, and you're gonna notice that some of the butterflies hang over the page. So you're just gonna cut those out. But when you're using the butterfly duet punch, you wanna keep in mind that the punch punches 2 of the butterflies, which actually coordinate with the butterfly gala stamp set, because the stamp is 1 stamp with the small and the large. So when you're cutting out this butterfly, you wanna take particular notice where you're cutting it, because you might be cutting into another butterfly. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So what you want to do is you want to cut out at least one of the butterflies away from everything else. And then we're going to go ahead and color it. So let me go ahead and do this part first. So I'm going to use the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use the dark first. And with this paper, it's so beautiful because it's already got your highlights and your shadowing already on the butterfly. So beautiful. So I'm just taking the dark and I'm coloring the center of the butterfly first. Then I'm going to take the light. Then I'm just going to finish coloring in the butterfly. Okay, so there's our butterfly. I'm going to take our punch. And this fits perfectly. Now let me give you another tip here. So if you want to cut your butterfly and it's a little bit too small for you to hold in your hand to slide it into the punch, here's a tip. You use a piece of scrap cardstock or designer paper, whatever you have, and you're just going to take some snail and you're going to make a handle. So I'm going to put some snail on one end of the strip of cardstock or whatever, and just put that behind the butterfly. So then see how this is like a handle here, so you can take your punch and then you can hold your designer paper, and then you can line everything up perfectly. Just with that extra little piece of handle there, it really works out nice. So then you're just gonna go ahead and punch that out, and then you got your butterfly right here. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so those are a couple tips for you when you're using this beautiful designer paper. All right, so let's grab our pieces for our card. And once again, I'm gonna go ahead and color this strip of the designer paper with the Balmy Blue. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, so there's a little banner part for the card. And now we're going to take our paper snips, and I'm going to cut one of the ends, just flag it. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our other pieces. I'm going to start with the Balmy Blue. Everything's going to be built on this piece. So our Balmy Blue, so the center, remember on the finished card here, the one that went vertical, you're going to put it right in the center. So we're going to actually build this card just like we are the vertical way, but then we're going to turn it at the very end. So let me grab some snail. I'm going to lay this right in the center of your Balmy Blue. Okay, now we're going to take our strip. This is the sparkle. Then we're going to go ahead and layer the Whisper White piece behind the Balmy Blue. The reason I did that is because this black piece is cut at 4 1/8, so I want it to layer up really perfectly on the sides. So I'm going to layer this right over top of that sparkle. I'm just going to leave a little edge of the sparkle glimmer paper just at the very bottom edge, just like that. Okay, so you can see how the card's coming together. Now we're just going to go ahead and layer our ribbon. Let me bring in the Balmy Blue. So now with this ribbon, you're going to get all 5 colors in a pack with the Sale-a-Bration promotion right now. And what I did is, instead of letting the ribbon just hang, I took a piece of Scotch tape and I just taped the ends right onto the back, so it kind of holds it in place until I want to use it again, so it's not all hanging all over the place. So there's another tip for you. So I'm just going to take the balmy blue ribbon, and I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom edge of the basic black. Cut the ribbon. There we go. Now we're going to attach this piece to the basic black. I think I want it going this way. Yes, so pretty. Okay, so now my card is going horizontal opposed to the vertical, so you can see that. All right, and then I went ahead and did another butterfly, so let me grab that. And I went ahead and put a dimensional on the back side of that one. Let me put one on this one. Okay, and let's get her greeting. So I went ahead and stamped it, and I'm going to put these two together. Okay, so now we're just going to position this right where we want it onto the card. I think right there looks pretty good. You can pop this up on dimensionals too. I think I did pop them up on the dimensionals on the other ones. And then we're just going to take our two butterflies. Whoop. Then we're just going to take our two butterflies and kind of add them to the greeting. So beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? And then to finish it off, I added some clear rhinestones. Let me grab those. And I just scattered those around the butterflies as well, like 3 of them, using my paper piercing tool. So pretty. All right, so let me show you the other one. So here's the card sketch 61, and this was actually my template for the card sketch, but you can turn it. So instead of going vertical, you can go horizontal that way. And it's the exact same card. Isn't that awesome? All right, so now let's go ahead and make the card box. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out the butterflies already. So I did the exact same thing as I did on the card. This time I used all the colors of my cards. So then we're going to use the acetate box, which is right here. So now this piece of the designer paper, which is the same botanical butterfly, this is with the gingham side and the black and white. This is cut at 1.5 by 12. You could cut this down to 11 and you could still probably wrap it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put adhesive on both ends. And this is just an easy way to decorate a box. So let me see. Now this is going to be the front of my box. So I want to wrap it around the front here. Let's see. Right about there looks good. And then just kind of press it as you go around the corners of the box so it kind of folds nicely. And then bring that other edge around. So line that up with the adhered section down just right there. And then you can also add some dimensionals just to secure that little connection there. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus you're going to put your greeting over top of the dimensionals. So I'm just going to secure those down just a little bit extra. Okay, and I'm going to put my greeting. You see, I'm going to put 2 over here. Okay, so these are going to stick to cover up that little connection part right there. So I turned my greeting vertical as well, with the same thing that I did to the card. So like this. And then it's just a matter of adding the butterflies. Now for the clear acetate box, I did use the mini glue dots. So I added the butterflies all over the front of the acetate box. And you can use your dimensionals, but for mine, I just thought the mini glue dots would be a little bit better because if you turn it over, then the glue dots don't show up as much as the dimensionals. So it's really just a preference. So you can also use the dimensionals if you want, but I'm just going to use the little mini glue dots and just position them all over the front of the box. I'm going to put one down here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. And then you just slide your card inside. the box. Of course, you would have all the other colors. And then fold your lid or your closure part of your acetate card box. And it's just a really sweet little gift. Isn't that cute? All right, so let me show you all the other cards with the other card box. Let me take this one out. So here's the horizontal and then the vertical one. And then all the other colors that I made the same as the vertical version. And then here's the other card box. Isn't it beautiful? So that's how you make that really sweet card and the box using the Botanical Butterfly Designer Paper 2 different ways. And you can check out my blog. I'll have the link listed below, and you can check out everybody else's blog hop today with their projects that they're using 2 different ways from the Sale-a-Bration Mini. Okay, so thanks for stopping by, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll have all the items listed below, and then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.